Yo, what is up, guys? You got II here today. Back again, once again, and this time I'm bringing you some NPL matches that should have been posted a while ago, but I got busy. So did Illusion. Illusion should be posting his relatively shortly to mine. But yeah, because I'm a bit late on upload, I'm going to be talking about two games that I played in the past couple weeks. One is versus Keegan, and the other is versus Cheeseboy. And I'm just going to be talking about why I made the plays I made, what generally went on in the match, and basically the overall result and opinions of how I'm going to see my NPL games through. There are some games I still need to play that I'm a bit late on, but that's not all on me. NPL has been a bit slow lately. But regardless, we're gonna catch you guys back up. I think it started because we took a break week, and then people kind of just were a bit. I don't want to say lazy because we all have stuff going on, but it was easier for us to kind of just get into this mode where we're kind of set on doing stuff before uploads. This isn't for everyone per se, but that's just how I've been handling the situation. I know I shouldn't have, but they're still getting uploaded, so that's definitely something. But why don't we hop right into the team builder? So the first match we're going to be talking about is versus Keegan. Keegan has a threatening team, as I say about all teams I face. He has Mega Dancy, Cardana, Thunderous, Florges, Silvally, Nihilego, Gastrodon, Cresselia, Terrakion, Gotharita, and the Sableye. Now, looking at his team, Webbs isn't going to be doing too much to him. I mean, he has a Magic Bounce user in Mega Dancy. He has Defog Kartana, Defog Thunderous, Defog Florges, Defog Silvally. He has a lot of options to defog. He also has a bunch of bulky threats like Gastrodon and Cresselia. But I figure Gastrodon isn't likely to be brought just because of all the coverage I could have on my team. And if you guys don't remember my team, I do have the Mega Gardevoir now. Z-Tapu-Bulu, Heatran, Crobat, Como-O, Rotom-Wash, Piloswine, Blastovelon, Z-Galvantula, Drapion, and Regigigas. Like, just looking at my team, Gastrodon doesn't have the best matchup. Bulu is there, obviously. Gardevoir gets Energy Ball, although unlikely I'd really bring it. Heatran can be like Power Herb, Solar Beam. Como can set up on it potentially. Blastofelon can kind of blow it back with Specs or HP Grass. I think Galvantula obviously gets Energy Ball. But that being said, let's just hop right into the team builder. This video is going to be a bit longer than normal. But first off, we have Galvantula with the Choice Scarf, Thunder, Energy Ball, Volt Switch, and the Bug Buzz. We're rocking Choice Scarf this week, mainly because I don't want setup Terrakion to just beat me completely. I also want something that'll kind of outspeed Mega Dancy as well. Something that can kill not Scarf Kartana, but something that can kill setup Kartana. And then something that also outspeeds the Thunderous, which I feel like definitely could come in handy. And same with the Nihilego, although to a lesser extent, because Nihilego is generally bulky on the special side, so that's kind of the idea behind Galvantula. Next up, we have Como-O. So my plan this match is to lead Como-O with Focus Dash. If he leads Mega Dancy, I'm just going to go straight for the Iron Head, kill that thing. If he doesn't, I'll probably get a Props or go for the Close Combat. If I do still outspeed things, I can go for the Endeavor on things like Cresselia. So, like, let's say he leads Cresselia, I lead Como-O, I go for Rocks. He goes for Moonblast, he knocks me down to my stash, I can Endeavor him and basically weaken that so something else on my team can pretty much clean up. Anyway, that's kind of the idea behind that. Heatran is the Chople Berry, Flame Charge, Flamethrower, Toxic, and Flash Cannon. So this set can take a hit, obviously, from Kartana's Sacred Sword, as well as Thunderous's Focus Miss, as well as mainly Terrakion's Close Combat. Of course, Terrakion could have Earthquake, which would kill the Heatran, definitely, but in case he doesn't, Chople Berry helps mainly with Kartana's Sacred Sword, which is why I'm bringing it. Of course, Dancy can have Earth Power as well, but hopefully we can play around that. Flame Charge is, so after a +1, I believe, we do so after a +1, I believe, we do outspeed the Thunderous. Flamethrower is to hit the Kartana, obviously, kill it in one hit. Toxic is for the Cresselia. Flash Cannon is for Florges. It's for Nihilego. It's pretty much for everything else. So Gastrodon does wall this technically, but I really don't think he's going to bring Gastrodon just because of how my team is set up. Next up, we have Assault Vest Dravion, and AV Dravion with Pursuit, Knockoff, Earthquake, and Fire Fang. Fire Fang is obviously for the Katana. Knockoff is for pretty much everything on this team, and then Earthquake is for like Terrakion, Nihilego as well. In case he wants to be like bring like Scarf, I can Pursuit Trap that, or just Earthquake it if I want to. That's the idea behind that. Next up is Crobat. Offensive Crobat this week with Steel Wing, Brave Bird, U-Turn, and Defog. With LEI, Papa Berry. Not sure how well this is going to do in particular. Steel Wing is obviously for the Mega Diancie. Brave Bird is for pretty much everything else, and then U-Turn is for momentum purposes. Pretty standard, kinda. Not really, but it's definitely something. And then last but not least, we have the Mega Gardevoir with Hyper Voice, Disable, Psyshock, and Substitute. The idea behind that is if he does bring something like the Cresselia, I can go for a sub as he goes for like a Moonblast or something, and I can disable that and then just fire off Hyper Voices or Psyshocks and do whatever else I want to. Same with Florges. If he does bring like a Calm Mind Florges or something like that, I can just sub disable him. So yeah, pretty self-explanatory after I explained it. But let's just hop right into the game. Okay, yep, this is it. So Keegan does end up bringing the Cresselia, the Mega Diancie, the Florges, the Thunderous, the Nihilego, and the Terrakion. Like I said in my team builder, I'm just going to lead the Como-O and see what I can do. So I lead Como-O, he leads Diancie, Mega Diancie, as he just goes for the Moonblast. Smart, as I just go for the Iron Head and pretty much just kill the Diancie off the bat. He's going to go into Thunderous this turn, as I'm actually going to go into Galvantula. I know I can take any one hit. He's not Z Thunderous. And then I can just get a Volt Switch off, as he reveals his own Volt Switch, which kind of surprised me, but it turns out to be Life Orb, which is fine. As he goes into Terrakion, he does not know I'm Scarfed. And actually, let me check in the team builder real quick. Okay. So because he goes into Terrakion, I'm thinking, okay, he could be Scarf Terrakion, but if he is Scarf Terrakion, it's good to know now than later. I am Scarf Galvantula, and I will be able to see what, or if he is a Scarf variant, or if he just wanted to get up rocks. So he does end up feeling to be Scarfed. He goes for the Stone Edge, gets the crit. Of course, that mattered. That's fine. I now know he's Scarf Terrakion. I can go into Heatran, and I can either fire off a Flash Cannon or Toxic. I choose to go for the Flash Cannon, and I do just enough damage to KO it. I do some Calcs, and Nihilego's Hidden Power Ground will not kill me. I also consider at this point going into the Drapion. I really think he's just going to go for Rocks or like a T-Spike or something like that. Not T-Spike because I have Drapion, but I really think he's going to go for Rocks. He turns out to be Scarf Terrakion, so he's probably was either Rocks Diancie or Rocks Nihilego. Judging from the damage, it seems like he's probably more so Rocks Nihilego. So I figure, okay, I'm just going to kill it. He might want to get up Rocks to pressure Como-O and Crobat. So let's go to Flash Cannon and kill him again. Nope. He goes for the Hidden Power Ground and gets a crit, and I die. So what sucks about this is I did live a Hidden Power Ground. And the reason why is because he gets a speed boost. Now, for those of you who don't know what Beast Boost does, it boosts the stat that has the highest investment in. So that means that his speed was higher than his special attack. So even if he was Expert Belt, which is what I found out after the match, Hidden Power Ground in no way killed. And I think it might have been a high roll because of the buff I had. I don't remember. I may have gone for Flame Charge or Flash Cannon. Regardless, it really did matter because I still got a hit off regardless after. Yeah, that overall kind of just really cost me a lot of momentum and pretty much the match. I mean, like because my Heatran was gone, there's really nothing I can do to Toxic or pressure Crest. Flame Charge would have just put a lot of pressure on his team and eventually won if he wasn't Rest Cresselia, which I don't think he was. Basically, this losing Heatran right now pretty much just hurt my entire team because one is Nihilego now outspeeds Crobat because of the speed boost. Two, I can't get up rocks as easily as I could earlier, and now Drapion has to take a hit, which further weakens him to Thundurus, Drakion, Florges, and Cresselia. So I'm forced to go into Drapion and pretty much try to recover, as he does go for the Power Ground. Thankfully no crit, as I just killed the Nihilego off. No crit again. I think I actually am the Battle Armor set, so that of course makes sense why he didn't crit. But I just go into Como to sack it off at this point, as he does go for Stone Edge. Could have potentially missed, but at this point, my only play is to go into Gardevoir. Hope he misses the Stone Edge. Hope there's some justice in this game, but no, he does go for the Stone Edge, and he does a ton to me. I think I had a chance if he missed the Stone Edge, because that way I would have been able to live Thundurus's attack, and I would have been able to potentially disable Florges and Cresselia. So if he had missed that, I might have won. I'm still not sure. He does go into Thundurus, as I do just sack it off. There's literally nothing I can do at this point. So I go into Drapion. Again, nothing else I can do. He does get another crit. So Keegan is very lucky this game, as I just go for the knockoff. There's really nothing I can do. Crest pretty much wins the game at this point. I do go into Crobat. He does go for the Moonblast. It does 0, but that doesn't really matter. I can't kill Thundurus. I can't kill Cresselia. I can't do anything with this Crobat. I don't have tops or anything like that. I can't break the Wish pass, and I can't pretty much kill Thundurus. So that's pretty much game at this point. He does turn out to be T-Wave, so Flame Charge Heatran most likely wouldn't have worked out, but it would have definitely pressured his team immensely, and he would have had to sack some things to it, or at least heavily weaken some of his team members, so that Gardevoir or Crobat could have cleaned up. Yeah, like at this point, that's kind of how a lot of my NPL matches have been going. Again, that's the game we play, but at the same time, it's kind of sucky to lose in that manner. But I don't know. Maybe I still would have lost without the Chrissy God, but who knows? But with that being said, let's just hop right into the next match. So the next match I'm playing is versus Cheese Boy, and he has a pretty interesting team. I think he has Zygarde 50, Clefable, Tisserino, Weavile, Z Beware, Slowbro, Mandibuzz, Mismagius, Porygon Z, Escavalier, Alolan Golem as a Z user, and Mega Camerupt. Now, for those of you who can't see how his team is layered out, he doesn't really have a poison type to absorb T-Spikes. So I figured that might be my best bet to win this game. So that's basically the kind of the thought process I was going into the team builder. First up, we have the Gardevoir, Hyper Voice, Hidden Power Fire, Psyshock Sub. Pretty standard. Hidden Power Fire, obviously, for the Escavalier. Hyper Voice is pretty much for everything else, and then Psyshock is for things that Hyper Voice isn't good against, like potentially Calm Mind, Clefable, or something like that. That's why that is there. Also for the Mega Camerupt. Yeah, pretty standard. Next up, we have Pillows-Wine, Stealth Rock, Icicle Spear, Earthquake, and Roar. I think we have 16 speed to outspeed Modest Mega Camerupt. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. Again, I made these teams a while ago, so they're not off the top of my head, but I think I have an idea of what the sets are about. This attack investment, I think, allowed me to... what did it allow me to do? Probably 2 KO, max HP Mega Camerupt, if I had to guess. And then Icicle Spear is for the Zygarde, in case he's like a sub-variant or something like that. And then Roar is just in case he's like a weird weakness policy or something like that, or set up Weavile, or like set up anything really. He is also Z Porygon Z, so if he was like Agility, Nasty Plot, maybe I could roar him out. So that's the idea behind that. Next up, we have Scarf Blastophilum, kind of the cleanup sweeper after T-Spikes. He is Flamethrower, Fire Blast, Shadow Ball, and Mind Blow. Really, I only need Ghost and Fire Stab this match. There's really nothing else I really need at all. I guess Hidden Power Ice could be nice, but I'm not going to lock myself in that move to win this game. So this is why I brought this. Mind Bone is kind of like a suicidal, not so, well, kind of like a last-ditch effort if Fire Blast can't kill or if I don't want to risk Fire Blast. So that's why we have that. Next up we have Drapion, the MVP, hopefully the MVP of this match, with Toxic Spikes, Taunt, Poison Jab, Knockoff, Black Sludge with the Battle Armor so they can't crit us, as we were hearing from last match. But this set basically is Spadef, and it allows me to better take on Clefable. It allows me to better take on Slowbro, Mismagius, pretty much all the special threats barring Mega Camerupt. I did originally have Aqua Tail on this, but opted to change it for Taunt just because of how I wanted to use Drapion. Taunt basically allows me to stop Clefable from Calm Mind sweeping me, as well as it stops Mandibuzz from going for Defog, which is the main reason why I decided to put Taunt over Aqua Tail. I just figured Taunt would be more useful than going for Aqua Tail on the off chance he decides to bring Mega Camera up this match. So that's why we have Taunt. Enough speed, outspeed, some speed in Mandibuzz, I think, as well as Jolly Beware, if I had to guess. So that's why we have that. Same kind of deal with Tapu Bulu, Sub, Bulk Up, Horn Leech, and the Leech Seed. We are not rocking any other moves other than Grass this match, or offensive moves other than Grass. So this set is actually also one of my win cons. If he's not Whirlwind Mandibuzz, which I don't think he'll be, and if he's not Brave Bird Mandibuzz, Bulu can kind of just set up and win the game from pretty much a bunch of what he can bring. I mean, after +1, I do live like a Bandit Icicle Crash for Weavile, of course, if he doesn't flinch me. I'm able to take on Zygarde, barring Sludge Wave and Coil Iron Tail fairly well. I can, if I'm already behind a sub, I can Leech Seed a Scavalier and kind of just stall it out with bulk ups and subs with the leftovers. So I anticipate this Taboo set to do a lot this match. Bulky-ish to kind of better take on Zygarde, and yeah. But next up, we do have the Rotom Wash with the Will-O-Wisp, Volt Switch, Hydro Pump, and the Thunder Wave. So rocking dual status this match. And if you notice on my team, I don't have any Defoggers. And as I mentioned earlier, the main reason is because I want to get up T-Spikes ASAP, and I want to try and pressure him with status so that potentially Blastofelon or Tapu Bulu can win the game. Gardevoir is mainly going to be used as a breaker, and then Piloswine is going to be used as kind of a defensive answer to some things on his team, as well as a Shuffler with Roar. And but Rotom Wash is coming with the Willow, Volt Switch, Hydro Pump, and Thunder Wave. I am almost max speed, enough speed, outspeed, Adamant, Zygarde, so I can potentially try and Willow that if he's not a weird Jolly or timid set. So yeah, and then Thunder Wave. Thunder Wave is for the pretty much for everything that Will-O-Wisp doesn't do the best versus. I pretty much had to bring Rotom Wash this match, mainly because I didn't really have a good Mega Camera answer at all. But yeah, Rotom Wash is able to Thunder Wave a bunch of threats on his team, like Weavile, Beware, Mismagius, Porygon-Z, stuff I wouldn't necessarily want to Will-O-Wisp. But yeah, without further ado, we are going to hop right into the match versus Cheeseboy. And he brought kind of what I thought he brought. I thought Beware might come this match. And I thought, what else did I think might come this match? I thought Beware, I knew Zygarde and Weavile, Mega Camerupt. I thought Mega Camerupt might come this match as well, despite me having Rotom Wash. But I thought maybe like a bulky Mega Camerupt would come for like Gardevoir or something, like a Spadef variant, and also for like Blastofelon. I thought that might come with like Wish support from Clefable, but no. He brought Slowbro, Clefable, Zygarde 50, Mismagius, Mandibuzz, and the Weavile. And looking at his team, I don't see a problem at all, which is leading Drapion. If he leads Zygarde, I can go to Piloswine. If he leads Weavile, I can try and play around that. I might just stay in with Drapion. or it might have just stayed in with Dravion if Weavile got sent out first. He leads slow row. I'm gonna get up a T-Spike. Yeah, I'm gonna get up a T-Spike. And then yeah, if he leads Mandibuzz, which would be actually probably the best case scenario barring Mismagius, I would just go for T-Spike right off the bat there. But yeah, we're gonna lead Dravion in this match, as I do lead the Dravion. He does lead Mismagius, and I see literally no reason to go for the knockoff here. He does go for the Will-O-Wisp and he misses, as I do go for the knockoff and end up killing the Mismagius, which is okay. So this turn was fantastic for me. Mismagius, I mean, it was kind of a threat, but not too big of a problem for me. If he had burned me, knockoff still would have been easy to KO. Would have brought him down to like 20%. But losing Mismagius definitely sucks for him, and especially not burning Dravion actually really sucks as well. But yeah, we do manage to dodge the Will-O-Wisp, so I guess that's some justice for past matches, but not really. As he does go into Mandibuzz, which really surprised me. I thought that would have been a free switch into Zygarde, and would have had to scout and see what he was attempting to bring. But he just go into Mandibuzz, and I'm guessing he's probably going to want to knock me off, as I do go for T-Spikes, as he does go for the knockoff. Again, he doesn't know of the taunt, but I do reveal it this next turn because I do not obviously want him to defog, as I then just go for the knockoff, getting rid of Mandibuzz's leftovers. As he does go into Clefable, and as I'm now just like commentating on this, I think what could have been interesting is if he brought like a weak armor Mandibuzz, so that he could eventually break free of the taunt and outspeed and go for defog whenever you want. But then that would have that may have killed Mandibuzz in the process from Poison Jab. Never mind. Just disregard whatever I was ranting about. But he does go into Clefable, which is obviously the counter to Dravion. Obviously, that leads me to believe he is the Magic Guard variant, obviously, because Poison didn't hurt him. I do just go for the knockoff because I don't want him to have leftovers. And now I can just really go for Poison Jabs, as he does go for Moonblast. And at this point, I have no reason not to taunt and prevent Clefable from soft rolling up, as he does attempt to do that. I do go for the Poison Jab, as he does end up just killing the Drapion in the process. But now I can go into Gardevoir, and by going into Gardevoir, I ensure that Mandibuzz cannot defog without dying. In fact, no, we actually just can't defog, because Gardevoir will outspeed. He does go into Weavile. He's kind of forced to at this point, or an AV Slowbro. Let me just change this song real quick. Yeah, so he does go into Weavile, and basically Weavile was pretty much his only option. He could go into Slowbro, but I mean, Slowbro being poisoned would definitely not be able to really beat Mega Gardevoir. Zygarde obviously wasn't an answer unless he's like Jolly or Scarf Iron Tail. Banded Weavile obviously could have pulled through, or at least tried and get a flinch. I'm not sure if he killed, but he has to go to Weavile at this point, as I do switch out and go to Run Wash. He does reveal the Poison Jab. I wanted to keep Gardevoir alive, mainly because basically he has no switches to Mega Gardevoir in his team, and if he was Banded Weavile per se, Poison Jab could have killed Mega Gardevoir. So I do go into Rotom Wash, and that tells me that he is not banded. But now I can just get an easy Volt Switch off. If he wants to go into Zygarde, that's completely fine. Zygarde will be poisoned. He doesn't get a poison, which is definitely okay with me, as I can now go into the Weavile, or I can now go into the Blastophone, as I do just go for a Flamethrower. At this point now, he can either choose to defog, or he can choose to roost up with Mandibuzz. I think he's going to go for the defog, just to get rid of T-Spikes, because he needs Zygarde and Slowbro healthy. But at this point, like, he really doesn't have a switch into Gardevoir. I could have gone for Hybrid Voice here, or Sub. It really didn't make a difference. If he had Whirlwind, that would have surprised me instead of Roost, but I figure Sub is no drawback play. Scald has a chance not to break the Sub, so that's why I go for it. He does go for the Scald, as that reveals that he is Assault Vest Slowbro, as he does go for the Shadow Ball here. So he had something to break the Sub anyway, but now I can just freely get a kill. He does choose to sack a Weavile at this point, which I'm not sure if that was the correct play, but at this point it's kind of tough for him to come back. I guess he figured that Weavile wasn't as useful as AV Slowbro. obviously, which I'm not sure if I agree, but with that play in particular, I mean, Gardevoir is kind of just wrecking his team, but again, he doesn't have too many options. He does go into Zygarde here. I know it's extreme speed, but there's no reason for me to switch. I can just go for Hyper Voice. If he has extreme speed, I will know he has extreme speed, and that's good enough for me because then I know he might not be like some weird special Sludge Waste vet. So I go for the Hyper Voice again, just in case he was like bluffing. As at this point, like, okay, he's either bluffing or he made a double in order to get more regen on Slowbro. He's at this point in the game where he has to make plays in order to come back. So that's part of the reason why I just stayed in Hyper Voice. I do go for the Hyper Voice again, as he does reveal the extreme speed, so we did have it. As I can now go into Piloswine, and I can just go for the Icicle Spear. Or I do go for the Rocks, because I don't know why I went for the Rocks, but I do go into Rotom, and now I can just go for the Will-O-Wisp here. Not a problem. He doesn't go for the knockoff, and now I can just go for the Volt Switch, and pretty much win the game at this point. As that now that he's burned, I know Brave Bird will not kill the Bulu, so I can go into Bulu, sub up, and then go for multiple bulk ups and pretty much win the game at this point. He doesn't go for the knockoff, not going to do anything, especially now that he's burned. And again, I am a defensive Bulu, so even if he is like a Iron Tail set, I can take on Zygarde fairly well. If he's Sludge Wave, obviously he's going to break it, but I am getting leftovers each turn. He doesn't go for Dragon Dance, which reveals that he is not the Sludge Wave, as I do just fire off a Horn Leech, which does a ton of damage, and that shows me that he is an offensive Zygarde set. So he does reveal the Iron Tail, but again, I am at +1 defense, so he's not going to be able to break it. Or, well, he is going to be able to break it, but he's not going to be able to kill me, because I am, again, a bit of a bulky Bulu variant. So now I pretty much just clean up the game with bulk up Bulu as I go for the sub. At this point, it's pretty much impossible for him to win, and that is pretty much game as I just stall him out with Leech Seed and bulk ups, and yeah. But we finally win another game, thankfully. But that's pretty much our game versus Cheese Boy. Good game to him. The miss with Miss Magnus with the Will-O-Wisp definitely sucked. But I feel like I could have won regardless of that miss. I don't know, maybe it would have surprised me somehow, but definitely a good game to both my opponents in Keegan and Cheese Boy. Not sure if I'm allowed to make one NPL video with 2 matches, but it is what it is. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for more matches. Peace.